Good stuff.
Welcome back, guys.
Oh my god.
It's a new
Oh.
week.
It's Academy Week, Stuart, but we're not talking about it until it happens. Got better things to talk about, like the TNG. Came out a while ago, but that's okay.
The best of the best, as they say.
It's
Yeah. So we've done the last couple seasons last week. Well, all the seasons last week.
uh-huh.
And you guys selected your favorite episodes and then ranked them.
Mm-hmm.
And today we're going to be seeing what that all means in the grand scheme of things.
The best of the best, as is the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Not best of both worlds, not
Yeah.
isn't the best title.
I have a
Yeah.
feeling that these are all going to be just shoved into S category because
Oh, I'm not going to allow that.
I know you're not.
Yeah, there's unlike the last ones where we try to give freedom. There are ones on this that can't be the Essiest of est in the S because this is specifically contrast based, right? Out of the best of the best, which are the best of the best of the best, and what are the worst of the best? So there will be Fs because if everything's an S, then we should go home because it doesn't matter, right? The point is to work out genuinely in the best of the treks
Mm-hmm.
what is the best of the treks. It's a challenge to work out how excellent it is, right? And therefore, some episodes will not be given the S slot because, of course, this is not an S in the best of the best, right? There might only
Yes.
be two best of the best, right? Etc. And so F's, there's no shade here. An F is a great score because it's already made it to the finals, right? Right?
Yes, but nobody's going to vote anything for F. I can just see it now.
Some I might just give them two options, F and D, right? Because I'm going to make sure people don't bullshit us here because someone's a clearly not C or B worthy best of the best. I'm sorry, we gotta make sure you guys staying true. Yeah, you played the game last time to get as many A's. Because Stuart, tell us, like, I've got the options or we've got options. How many, and you can see A and B. How many in A? Give us some numbers here, and we can show people somehow. I'll work it out as we're going. How many of the season categories do we have? To give people a sense of because people you can't put in other ones at least at the start. This is only these options. So what have we got? Or how many?
Like 16 in A for all the seasons.
Okay.
And then the rest is all S's, which is like
Hmm. So a good amount.
well over 30 in S for the
Mm.
different ones.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
yeah.
Good amount of choice. But also, and we'll try and show them. If you can't remember ones we did, you could just go back to the two or three lives. The pictures are there, or just super chat or PayPal 2 for 1. Just pick three. Just give us the carte blanche to bring some in, right? Because that's easy as well. So just keep that in mind. We love 2 for 1s. I'm gonna start sharing. See you in a minute, Stuart. See you in a sec.
So hit that like button, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell icon to get notified when we do lives and when we do edited content, and do all the things you need to do. We appreciate you guys. There's a join button down there on YouTube. You can hit that and join the channel, or you can head over to Patreon/Trekyards as another way to support the channel on a monthly basis. Again, it all makes a huge difference, and we appreciate all of it. So anything you can do, please do. There are also links in the description of every video to the Teespring and the TeePublic store. Some really cool Trekyards merch, as well as other stuff. And yeah, lots of ways to support and help us out. So just do the things you need to do. Make sure you're liking the videos. Make sure that you're and the lives, and make sure you're super chatting and or PayPaling. You can PayPal at trekyards@hotmail.com, and as Sam said, it's 2 for 1. So for $5 get you 2 picks. So yeah. Anyway, I've been interested in talk about this and hang out with you guys for a bit. Just letting you all know right now, I'm extremely tired right now and not feeling 100%. So bear that in mind. Hit the like button though. With 21 people here, we only have 6 likes. Let's get those likes up. We can do better than that. Hit the like button. All right, so this should be interesting. And yeah, once he gets back, we will get underway and start talking about TNGs. Now Thribs says, "Oh, you're really running out of ideas now." No, this always planned. We've done TNG now all the seasons. This is the best of TNG. The other seasons, of course, will follow later at a different time, and we'll do the same thing with them. Once we got through all the seasons of them, we will do the same best of the best. So, yeah, not at all running out of ideas. No, 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 I don't think so. Mm.
And also, slight
Uh,
apology if it happens. I've been up 12.5 hours, so
mhm,
you can't expect me to be quite as alive if I start yawning, because 12.5 hours. Because I've been up for a normal day in England. So, 12 and
mhm,
a half hours. Ha ha ha. Ha ha.
mhm.
Yes. Yeah, alright. Let's get going to this, Stuart. Let's get the slides up. Alright, I see the first one already.
Yeah, Robert Buckley throws in $5. Okay, here we go again. Relics. So
Now
yes,
I'm going to
where
talk
does
to you instantly. So we're going to put
mm,
3 choices in because we're just doing best of the best, right?
yeah,
Should we give them S, A, B, or A, B, and C for relics? In truly best of the best.
probably A, B, and C.
Yeah, I would agree. It could have been
Mhm.
slightly better.
Mhm. And remember, yeah, these are being scored on a metric against each other. So yeah, lower scores don't necessarily mean anything bad, just not the extra something special that makes the mess, you know? So
Yeah, because if this is there, if like I said, they controls play an important part in this, and we'll slightly curate according because we got to be for real. Classically, of course, classically for real.
mm.
Ha ha ha.
And Dan Ben says Trekyards Star Trek just has released in the past the best of DVD, Blu-ray. Maybe you should see what episodes they chose to compare. No, I don't think we're going to do that because you guys picked all these and you
Yeah,
guys ranked
yeah.
them all. So
It's a you thing that we're just curating in fun form.
yeah,
Yeah, and also we know what they'd be. It's Enterprise, Synergy Forever, Inner Light, Trials and Tribulations. You know,
let's do Space Nine now.
well, for TNG, I assume for all Trek. I don't know. All right, vote now in the Pantheon of Best of Best. How do you rank?
Yeah, go vote in the poll, guys. Let us know your thoughts, comments, questions, super chat, PayPal. You know all the rules.
Yeah. So where would you place this in?
Let's see.
Because now we've done the list. Where would you feel this out as?
Parents' child says tomorrow is his birthday. Oh, happy birthday.
Happy
Early birthday.
pre-birthday. Yes. What would you say in the best of the best lineup?
For what?
Relics.
Oh.
Best
Um,
of the best.
my personal ranking would probably be higher than the, you know.
Well, no, the thing is,
Uh
we're just gonna say our piece where we would place it, right? And they can vote.
yeah.
So where would you and why? In the best of the best.
Probably A for me, just because it brings in a legacy character in a very interesting and well done way. Plus, seeing the TOS bridge and stuff, that
Oh,
really is
creme de la,
cool. So
almost creme, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree. For me, it'd be an A because it's so enjoyable an episode, despite it being sad for a lot of it. The chemistry is fantastic. The Jolan's great to see. The pacing is really solid. It's a for me. I don't tend to watch Trek for pleasure, in that I could watch other stuff as a new stuff, right? So this one I could just put on to enjoy as just a pure. There's not like there's obviously there's many, but this is in the higher list of that. I you know I would cut down some of the sequences if it was me editing. I would certainly change the ending to make it S, right? I mean, if you're being absolute masturbatory, right, just really going for it, I would have like the last scene, Scotty in the shuttle, and he's like, "Computer, anyone alive from my old ship?" And they list it. And he's anyone in range? And it's Spock, and Spock is on the view screen for like 12 seconds. Mr. Scott, you have returned. Ah, like if the universe was truly combined, right? Just like LaForge in that in on the Challenger and Timeless, right? Like such a small cameo, but like it's like, oh, this makes sense. So that'd make it an S for me. But that's obviously masturbatory in the fan way. Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. All right, 22 votes, Stuart. Actually, quite a mixed result, which is interesting. 55% say C, which again, best of the best. 36% agree with us at A, and 9% say B. So there you go. 55% say C in the best of the best.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. That's where it kind of got placed last time too.
Feels better in this sort of ranking to be this low,
Yes.
but
Yes.
okay.
What he just said.
But the thing is, if you're not a TOS fanboy, this is obviously much lower. I get it. And if you don't like, if you think TOS looks kitschy and cheap, also lower. But that's not who we are, right? So, all right.
Yeah. All right. Oh, there you go. It is C. All right. So next up, we've got Robert Buckley again. Absolute superstar. $5. Yesterday's Enterprise. All right.
I mean, clearly it's just getting S and an A. There's no debate on if it's a B grade.
Yeah.
I mean, and no one's gonna debate that, right? So yeah, vote now. Best of the best. Yeah.
Now, for me, this is an absolute S. Like I've said many times, this is one of the most Star Trek episodes of Star Trek that ever Star Trekked.
Which is quite important
Uh,
for a Star Trek show.
right. Yeah. Ship battles, you got alternate realities, you got time travel, you've got monster maroons, you've got motion picture era ship, and despite and like Elcars, there's a lot to like here. And get to learn more about Guinan's people that they
Mm-hmm.
can kind of sense things over time, over dimensions as well. Like there's some interesting stuff, and it's really well written. It's really well cast. I think there's a really
Mm-hmm.
good cast, and yeah, I'm a big fan of this one. Yeah,
We know.
and another Enterprise.
Yeah, see that's what kind of gets it for me as being it is so definitionally important. You know, the Connie got a TV show, the A got I mean the A refit got the movies, the B got a movie, a scene, but a movie, right? It was focused on heavily. The D got an entire franchise, kind of. E got three movies, F got screwed, or a video game, either one, and the C got a standalone episode that's super unique. So they all got something major. Had it been any other ship, it wouldn't have been like the cool factor would have been that like had it been Bozeman, right? It'd be cool, but not legendary, right? So it gets the status from that. Yes, I wish I put more money in the bridge. I'm sure it's the model and the cast are more expensive, so that's what took. But wish I'd done something more, bit more custom, or let's be honest, a two-parter. It didn't need it because a two-parter. They built a full new bridge, and they had, let's say Garrett dies at the end of part one, so you get a full full episode with her. That'd be cool. Maybe some like alternate logs or something, and there's like, I'm just again going all off it. Maybe you get an alternate scene of one of the previous episodes of TNG, but now reshot with the dark future, or you could play with it more to kind of get people's feelings, or maybe Garrett doesn't want to come into the present or doesn't want to go back. More, based on one
Mhm.
Starfleet you've heard, but yeah, it's definitely already an S anyway.
Yeah,
But or could have been a movie. How they saved this, the movie. I mean, that's a kind of fan movie, but the idea of the Enterprise C as a movie could have been a thing. You only have a few of them, right?
that would have confused the audience, Sam,
Yeah.
because it'd be general, not necessarily Star Trek fans. So people be like, "Why are there two Enterprises?" So it wouldn't have done a movie. Yeah,
Oh,
I know they explain it and everything, but
but it makes. Oh. Are we dumb as audience members? Is that what they're trying to tell us?
that's what they think. Yeah.
Right.
One of my biggest pet peeves with corporate thinking. They think
Uh,
the audience is stupid.
love the
Let's see what you
respect.
guys are saying. With only 9 votes. What?
Oh
There's
damn.
17 of you here. Go
This is
vote,
like the
guys.
classic one, guys. Vote now. Forever hold said peace.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's an easy one, but we want the votes to matter.
We definitely do.
And who's excited for Academy on Thursday?
Anyone? Anyone?
Cricket. I don't know. Well, it's amazing people have seen like 6 episodes. They've been like insane screeners for that. What show? 6 episodes? What? What? Oh, don't know. They like being fancy. I prefer watch it to eat personally. Oh, it's the most annoying thing. A lady was on TikTok was like, "Can we just get behind the idea that TV shows should come in one bundle? Like, I can't wait a week. What's the point? I've lost interest. Like, I actually didn't say that, but you know, I'll release it all once. I can watch it when I want, and then the next season will come out." And the guy's like, "Back in my day of 10 years ago, well, 20 years ago, it was weekly and it was fun."
Yeah. Well, we got 2 more votes. So let's get something, I guess.
Yes.
11 votes. S wins with 64% for yesterday's Enterprise.
So I did more of 100% on that, but
yeah, didn't expect that kind of percentage, but
I guess if you're not into war stuff, because it was pretty bleak, right? It ain't a cheery film, TV show, episode.
yes.
All right, next.
Next we got Robert Buckley again with
From the
$5. Thank
bottom.
you. Commander, pick any episode from season 3 for
Mm.
me. Still have not got around to watching that season yet.
Damn.
Well, get around to watching it.
Yeah. I will then submit most toys, because apparently that's season 3. I thought it was later, but I just looked and it is. Yeah, I thought it was like 4. I know it's done this for a week, but yeah, apparently season 3. So yeah, the most toys.
Kivish Fajo.
Yes. Because now we've got 2 insane heavy hitters here, right? So now we as ourselves, what options do we give? Because these are right. Not that we say we agree with C, but like, where do we judge if there's only 3 options? Give people, some focus.
Mm-hmm.
What do we got options for?
Well,
It's
I'd
very
say,
good.
yeah, S, A, B, and C would be the choices.
I just want to do 3. I don't want to give people 4.
Oh,
Because there should be an obvious answer to us, and therefore we can kind of give us a bit more focus. Because it's not going to be a D, right? It shouldn't be an S. It's not that good,
well,
right?
you can just answer your own question.
Well, okay. Well, I don't know. I'm talking as I'm going, Stuart. Okay, A, B, and C. Because I would say it's I like Relics more, but yeah. Where would you vibe it in the best of the best? It's very memorable and it's very good.
I'd put it in A personally because it is again well written. I love the procedural thing on the Enterprise. I'm trying to figure out what happened to Data or why it happened, and then also just the Data side of things, seeing what he has to endure, how he reacts to it, and that very on T thing in the transporter beam. Did he do it? You get that little kind of hint at the end that he absolutely did, and he knew he did.
Non-smile, which is clearly like a
yeah. So it actually is a very fantastic character piece for Data.
Yeah, that's the way of phrasing
it. It's just it's a great episode of Trek. It's what's superiorly written, and acting's fantastic as well. Like there's no real downs to it, but yeah.
Yeah, downside is interesting because it hasn't got that legacy magic which these ones do, but it doesn't need it because Fajo's superb, right? So he's a new character. He sings. If we're trying to look at best of the best, right? You could argue maybe the sets are a bit not the best, but it's a little mini museum, right? So how big can it go, right? So that's maybe you could argue that again, best of the best here, that them thinking Day is dead and moving on so within a day, and then obviously afterwards is a bit like I mean, I guess the evidence, if they trust this fucker, fine. but we don't know who he is. He's
Yeah.
just some guy. Like, had it been like established earlier as a trusted source or whatever, but they do accept he's dead very quickly and they move on to be forced back. So you can argue maybe that's a bit odd, maybe. But then like how,
Yeah.
you know, if 100% evidence says they're dead and you're professional, what are you gonna do? Cry about it, mourn about it on the bridge, or are you gonna say, "Fuck"?
Yeah, buck up, move on with flagship. We got shit to do.
Like today, we're gonna be, and I think they were like rushing to leave. I think it was like a quick thing.
Yeah, I think they had somewhere to be. They usually do.
Yeah. Well,
Either somebody needs medical supplies, or there's a plague,
wait, hold on, hold on,
or
hold on. Wait. They're saying there's somewhere to be,
yes.
but why they always go up 6 or
Oh,
5?
because they don't have to be there that urgently.
I guess they have so much free time if they just went quicker and did stuff quicker. I would probably give them best of the best extremely high B, like really top tier B. I think more sci-fi things would get A for me, but I have to see this start to be like, 'cause it's such a good character piece.
Yeah.
But like I would need to see the board to know, but it'd be like negotiably B an A because it is such a smart dark piece. Like just that cut of him. What's it? Is it Fajo? Turn camera. He's on the chair. It's like, oh, he's got him. Data just got bitch slapped in submission. It's like it's the reverse of satisfying, while being satisfying. You know, the villain wins.
Yeah. Let's see what you guys are saying with 20 votes.
Last one.
I know.
Okay.
45% say C.
That's real close though. That is real close.
Yeah, B is 40%.
Okay. Hey, Stuart, at least they're not all putting A and S's. So in fairness, they are doing what we said. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
I appreciate that. All right, Robert, Stuart will put one in for you as well because you're a lad. All right, you submit one that you whatever the fuck you want. I'm interested to see what you go for. But of course, guys, 2 for 1 on the PayPal, trekyards@hotmail.com. It is superlative.
Let's see.
Yeah, best of the best.
See. All right.
There's a lot of choices. Ah, yes, one of my favorites.
Booby trap. They said booby.
Okay, well, what options are we giving before you go in?
Oh my god.
Yep. I will argue it's not S because people aren't going to vote S.
So A, B, C, and D. This one could have
Again,
4.
3. Oh, you want really? No, I mean, I'm fine with A, B, and C. I think it's still very, very good.
Yeah, but some people might not like it.
Doesn't matter. We have some say here, Stuart.
And do A, B, and C.
Yeah. You have to create them a little bit, as they get more. Stuart, go for it.
An ancient mystery exploring an abandoned ship, and there's like mummified remains. It's an Indiana Jones mystery. What it is. Some great shots of the Enterprise, and I just love the idea that these guys were out space traveling around, and we were still living in caves. Like that's great. And then to have it be an ancient ploy to basically be a trap to draw in another ship, keep them there. I think that's really great. And of course, you've seen the holodeck used to, like, for its purpose, one could argue, to solve problems. Get to meet Leah Brahms.
Or the captain of the Lakota, either one.
True. And to see Picard kind of take the wheel. That Jesus take the wheel. Picard takes the wheel and gets them out. I mean, it's a good problem solving procedural type deal as well. Trying to see how to get out of it, and I think it's very well done and very creatively done with the holodecks. So, yeah.
Well, I think creative's a good shout actually, because it is very much Ancient Aliens with a really nice Picard. Like he's a human in this, right? He has a grounding that isn't just I'm the captain. Like he's affected by it. Is it the Ship in the Bottle one where he very O'Brien at the start? Oh, I like Ships in the Bottle too. Good for you. And no one quite gets it.
Think so?
I think it is.
I think so. Yeah.
That's a great off O'Brien line just there. So it's a very smart Picard episode without being about him, so that's good. The moral's fantastic. Even the asteroids are pretty damn good for the time. Like that holds up pretty darn well. Arceus thrusters really, yeah. It's I don't know how I would improve it personally, in the sense of it's doing what it's aiming to do really well. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know if there's anything that needs to be improved necessarily. The pacing's good. It doesn't really.
Oh, I know. I With the money, right? I'd make Brahms's fake office better, and shots
Mhm.
of like shot. I'd have CGI shot. I mean, it's hard to do because it's still hot, but I'd have CGI shots of the Enterprise D in construction. Like I'd make more a thing of that so that it's better window dressing, because really, it's a chance to see it in construction, and it's not. It's just behind them. You know what I mean? A missed opportunity. It's
Mhm.
like relativity. The Planitia shots. You see it once and ever. It opens up the world. So that would have been really nice to see something a bit like that to kind of. But that's like extra. But that's what S's are, right? They're extra. They're extra on extra. Um, yeah, yeah, I do really like it.
Let's see what they're saying with 20 votes. C wins with 70%.
Okay.
Second place is A with 20%. So
Yeah. Okay.
that's fair. I get it.
Well, in the context of most toys and that, they are very good in different ways, you know?
Hmm.
And in fairness, if you guys aren't going to place A's except like exceptional ones, then I'm sort of okay with that in the sense of like truly the best of the best.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, but that's, yeah. Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Nice.
All right. Next up, we got Robert Buckley again with $10. Thank you so much. Last two I can give right now, Data Lore and the season 7 finale. So we'll go Data Lore first. Get introduced to an evil twin brother. That's always fun.
First season one
Uh,
as well. So jumping
yeah,
back there.
yeah. Gives
Oh wait, hold on.
get to
What
see
do we give options for you? Because it's definitely not one of the best of the best of the best. But what should we give them? Because I would argue, I would think it's worse than most toys. I would say, because the pacing's a bit
in certain
off.
ways. Yeah,
Like I would say B, C, and D if I was giving it for the no. See B, C.
it seems a little harsh.
I wouldn't say A or S. In this best of the best, there's loads of better episodes.
Well, then B, C, and D.
Okay.
Yeah, there are better episodes. This is a great one for
For
building Data's
Brent.
character. Yeah, for Brent showing his acting chops for whatever. Uh, it's a good setup for what comes later. I mean, we got a few episodes with lore, some better than others, but yeah. Um, I don't. I'm trying to think of how the pacing was on this one. I don't know if there's any slow spots.
Well, the start. They go to the facility and they walk around a little bit. Is a good like 10 minutes, which doesn't need to
Yeah.
be 10 minutes. It's not quite. The thing is, it zips at a certain point as well, so it kind of bounces out. I just remember again, best of the best, right? Like Data's office isn't very interesting, and so they spend so much time in Data's office with basic
Mm.
walls. They could have moved it, could have done something else. I'm pretty sure there's the Beverly his off button somewhere. I don't remember the context of that though, but I remember it's there. Don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
No, it's a good one. The acting's superb, pacing's good but not great. Maybe because Brent is so good from day one that it doesn't feel season one because he's owning it, right? And they're probably putting more time into it because the split screen needs time to produce. So they're probably crafting it a bit more than they would normally, which is great, right? But I
Mm.
don't remember anything else in the episodes. And where's the B plot? Don't know. I don't remember Beverly's plot apart from the off switch, Riker, Troy, Picard. Nothing that stands out whatsoever. It's probably something with
You're correct.
it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's very like this is the focus. What else happens? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Oh,
Well, with 22 votes. B wins with 64%. C
Okay.
is close with, well, not close, but 27% in second place.
Okay.
I would rather watch Relics over this one, personally.
But I could see the acting's better in this one because Brent's doing a better job. But then
Yeah.
Scotty's got more emotion. Right? But Tenbris says the episode of Masks that was in Z tier.
Disagree.
Disagree. Let's do it today.
It is the inner light done better. A new argument for Masks. It's very Star Trek sci-fi, cool stuff. Plus, Brent gets to do more of his different characters. He's got like 74 characters, I think he does. It's kind of like the Jeffrey Combs of TNG. All playing.
And then season 7, final episode.
All good things. Dun dun dun. What I'd say a perfect series finale. The two part, like it treats the series with respect. It goes back. It shows like season 1 stuff. Like the way they incorporated the entire series into a series finale was, I think, expertly done. And linking Q, like Q at the beginning, Q at the end, that overarching loop. And then at the end is not really the end. Picard goes and plays poker with them, but it's like they're still going to be doing their thing. Like they're just going to the next thing. So it leaves the door open, which is kind of nice, instead of like shuffling everybody off to different areas where it's like seems final. It's just like, and the adventure continues until generations when they crash the ship. But that's fine. It's still continuing. Uh, no, again, seeing the older versions of themselves, learning what happens to them at least one timeline. The makeup is pretty interesting for everybody, although not. I mean, Riker looks a little. It's fine, but whatever. Could have been better. It's fine. So yeah,
Almost they can't
it's
change
almost.
their weight, which is often a thing that changes with age. So
Mhm. Um, they do. It is kind of like seeing an alternate reality version, because it is. It's not necessarily going to go that way, and then to go back and see like the formation of life on Earth, and does it happen? No, because you screwed it up. And the anti-time thing, like very Star Trek. Um, so yeah, there's a lot, and the two parts gives it room to breathe as well. I don't think either part really suffers negatively. They both go to on their own, are both really good.
and don't forget the 19 seconds of Tomalak.
Oh yeah,
Got all that makeup
or
for
we're
seconds.
just gonna stare at each other across the neutral zone. Is that's yeah, that's
But it adds something textural,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
for this few minutes. I mean, this obviously is very unfair. It's a two-parter with more money, more effort, slash the entire prop and costume department from the shows at the present to nick from, right? They have a Riker uniform that fits. Fine, like everything can be
Yeah.
grabbed from something else. So there's a lot more budget in this. It feels anyway, while still being a bottle show, just 3 bottles of the same thing but different.
Oh, and to bring like yeah, to bring Dean Crosby back and like really dig into that like first
Why
season.
didn't they
I
bring
just love it.
Why did they bring Wesley back? I guess he. Oh, I guess he couldn't have faked his young self. That would have
Yeah,
been.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I
yeah,
didn't, yeah.
yeah. But it's
Should
like a love letter to the series, and it's a
we?
good way for them to sign off, I think. Like I think it went really fantastically. So
Well, I think it's respectful.
mhm,
That's. I mean,
mhm.
most shows don't. Most they don't. Respect is a weird one. Like you build a fan base on them being fanatically interested in your work. Don't beat them over the head with episodes or the ending. You know. And while you could very well argue this is a hugely disrespectful episode to Picard because he's got a incurable chronic illness and he's presented as an imbecile, they very much clearly say slash infer slash imply because he knows he has it in the future, it's curable before he has symptoms, so then he's able to cure it, and therefore obviously he hasn't got it in Nemesis. That's a lot later, no symptoms. He has in Picard, but then maybe but like the implication is he can cure it now. So even though he's treated poorly, it's in the service of the plot and the fact they have an inbuilt fix, so it works, right? And it makes our heroes not not infallible. And killing Deanna, bold choice. You know, we're nice to go a bit more in the episode because they killed her. But also having such a stinks. Yeah, they were blessed actually by really blessed by having less good season 1 uniforms, because it meant that there's very little they'd do to make them younger. If they had the same uniforms the whole time, what could they do? The wigs, fine, but like it's not as much. They couldn't shave Riker's beard. They could, there's limitations to that. But the uniform, bam, visual cue, instant. So that was a real godsend. And they probably shot them in them for like 5 days max, right? And not all of them, just Patrick and whatever. So it's very smart. It would have been nice with a bit more money, a bit bigger budget, which is the same thing. But anamorphic. It'd be like you want to go back in time and give them cine cameras and say, right, do like make a rig that films both at the same time, one with a standard, one with a cine, and then you can like edit the versions the cinema camera with the different lenses. I don't know. That's just me.
Okay, well.
Wow.
I know. With 21 votes, A wins with 38%. Actually, it's all really close.
Wow.
A wins with 38%. S has 33%. And B is 29%.
That's why voting is important. If you don't vote, you don't get your say. Oof.
Yeah, like 1 or 2 more people could make this S.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying. 21 votes. We have, let's see, currently 20 people here. Hit like if you haven't liked yet, but also vote if you haven't voted yet. I think this one probably deserves S. Because of all the shows that I've seen over the years and get to come to the finale, right? The finale of this one just feels so good. It doesn't disappoint in any way. It doesn't make you feel like it's the end of the road type story. Like a lot of finales either let you down or it's really kind of just disappointing to know that it's over. This is like they're still going on. Like, you're gonna get a movie soon, right, guys?
Well, it's a giant adventure to end, but also not too giant.
Yeah.
Very introspective. But I can see why, and there's something to be said for a shorter, sharp episode is better, because this thing is a bit padded because there's lots to do. All that future stuff with like in Data's house, Pasteur's a bit long. Like but it's you want the depth of that. But you could argue if there's I can see why it would not be S and as a single episode like per minute quality. But I want this to be the 2-parter because I want the time with every version, or at least
Now we have a 3-way tie.
Oh shit!
33%.
Oh, okay. Next vote clinches it, guys. Did not expect that. Oh wow. Wow.
I did not expect that either.
Votes be important, guys. And as you say, super chat for your submissions, PayPal for 241. Therefore, just do that and you do. Easy win.
And if you don't know what to vote for, as far as episodes go, with what was done previously, just put in the money and we will select, because I got a good selection here. Not all of the best episodes. I'm going to end the poll there with 25 votes. S wins with 36%.
With the acknowledgement that yes, that was a just. Damn.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting. All right, let me pull it in one that'll hopefully create some conversation. I'll wait for you guys to submit what you want to see. Okay, let's throw in a controversial one in terms of it made it on the list in season 1. And now you're comparing it to the best of the best. Now, this one might need 4 because I don't know what people are going to say about it. Right?
Yeah.
Let them have their own rope. So B, C, D, F for the best of the best.
Yeah.
We'll give you some choice on this one because I don't know what you guys are going to say because I don't freaking know.
So Skin of Evil, Armis. Tasha dies. There's high stakes. but it feels cheesy a little bit. Um, again, the season one planets, which aren't awesome. Let's be honest. But the effects for Armis are fantastic. Some printer ink, Mucilex, just gross. What? And then you got Dragon Riker, and like some interesting stuff for sure. But it's basically he acts like a bratty little school kid, and he's just like the bully on the in the schoolyard kind of vibe. So it doesn't feel like super high stakes. I think that's one of the why it's interesting that Tasha dies. It's like, oh, this guy's actually a threat. So if he didn't, nobody died. Come on, he's just a bully. And yes, it's kind of tragic that he doesn't have a choice or a say in the matter. He is what remains of the civilization here, all the negative and evil energies um, culminated in him. He doesn't really have a choice in the matter of how he treats people. He's lonely. He wants companionship. That's why he's keeping Deanna in the shuttle. Um, it's a good Star Trek episode, but I wouldn't say it's one of the best by any stretch. It's interesting because it's one of the first ones where I think this is the first one where a main character dies, um, which kind of set the stage. Like, are things? Is anybody safe now? We don't know. So, yeah.
Well, it's also such that it's obviously one of a kind in all of Star Trek. You know, Kes sacrificed herself with mind powers, then she leaves. The Jadzia dies via brutal assassination, but it's it happens. It's moved on from it absurdly quickly. Just kind of the point, right? It's senseless. It's silly. It just happens to be there. So I guess it is similar to that in this regard. But there's a whole episode about after she dies, which is quite relatively early. It's like it hangs over the episode in a way that Jadzia isn't allowed to for a little bit. Then she is, of course, but it's like right because that's the point. Is it meant to be like fuck Terry? She didn't want to come back. We'll kill her like a bit dead. It's like you can tell it's personal the way they did it. But then, yeah, this is an episode that is I could not even tell you if the script is good because I don't think of it for the script, the dialogue, or the acting. I think of it for the concept and for the pacing because she dies, the danger, real danger. But I don't think it's that was well written. I don't think it was. I don't think it's bad. Whereas Data Law, well written, right? So is the
Yeah.
spectacle factor? That's just me, of course. But like spectacle factor, the effects, is that what? Right.
Plus, this one gets Picard off the bridge because usually he's on the ship. This one he actually goes down to talk to Armis,
I
which is
remember that.
kind of
Okay.
unprecedented
Now here we go.
considering Tasha just got killed. So like the stakes are high. Like the captain could be killed. He's the most important man, don't you know?
But
Anyway,
I would say most toys, relics, and Boob Trap are much better episodes
yes, 100% agree
in
with you.
every way.
Yeah.
Um, that's just me. But it is special. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't give it in the best of the best. Although hey, season one, because I was expecting season one might just be flagged as Fs. But yeah,
Mm,
like in general, right? Because
mm.
comparatively, but the metrics are pretty. Everyone is voting for the same thing pretty much, which is yeah.
23 votes. B wins with 74%.
Big
And then
margin.
a three-way tie for second.
Presumably like one person. Well, yeah, two people each. Wow. I mean that's democracy, right? That's a strong vote, right? I mean, hey, season one, man, two in that placement. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Right, do you want to throw in, Stuart, my lad? Well, I know it might be controversial. You didn't quite work for me, but let's see if you can find that might be
Right.
lower.
Let me see. Um, okay.
And guys, do PayPal super chat your choices. We can do more quick if you do. Ah, okay.
Captain's Holiday. The Patrick Stewart should have a vacation episode. That's
And
what
what
he
options
proposed
do
to
we
the
give?
writers.
Because I would not class this as S or A in this regard.
I also agree.
So B, C, and D?
Sure. Yeah. So we get to see Ryza, introduction of Ryza. We get to meet Vosh, which is great. Time travelers from the future, always a cool aspect. Looking for this important relic. Picard's going to be the one that is pivotal in this. Get to see Ferengi being Ferengi. Feels like a mini adventure. It doesn't feel grand, archaeological type deal, but it's something that Picard's into. Like I said, get to meet Vosh, and it's not that great, honestly. It's a good enough Picard episode, but gives him a love interest, gives him a chance to chill out a little bit. But yeah, it's not one of my favorites. Let's put it that way. Despite some interesting things in it, like I said, the time travelers and stuff. So,
Well, if you're looking at different episode, this is certainly unique, as is Picard off duty, Picard chilling, Picard without any resources. It's quite unusual, right? So there is definitely some character piece here that's like very, very unique. Ryza, iconic. Ferengi, pretty good. Vash, pretty darn good. But I think the cave set lets them down. But at the time, it was like, we gotta have a full cave set. But it's like, in the future. And then Bigger Sen, I think, works, having the aliens be unknown exactly, although they sort of play the end like, we knew that was going to happen. Good job. Oh, okay. I guess. So it's definitely, again, unique, interesting. I would say it's better written than Skin of Evil, because I like the Riker stuff at the start is excellent. Rush is very well written. Got some good bits. I like the vibe of the aliens, so I'd say it's better written than them. I think that it feels cheaper. Like you said, it's not grand enough, but you can't do Indiana Jones on a TV budget when you've got 26 episodes a year or 24, whatever, right? It doesn't really work.
Yeah.
And I spend way too much time in her, well, I guess there, because they share the same set quarters on Riser.
Yeah. Well, pretty strong reaction to this one. 22 votes. D wins with 86%.
Weakest one so far. Okay.
Now,
Very
does
interesting.
anybody think it could qualify as an F and want to put in for a reroll? You can do so.
Even do $1 for a reroll, because we want to be a true to form list. So for $1, reroll and give you guys D or F and see where you vote.
We'd reroll that for $1.
Yes. It's a good catchphrase. I'm glad you thought of it.
Right.
All right, no more in the buffer yet. So I guess throw in a random one and let's see what people say. I will mildly troll.
Oh god, inner light.
But I'm going to give everyone the full spectrum. Those that don't like it can express. Those that do can express.
So S, A, D, and F.
Do you want to say
Do
D?
what you need.
Right.
Do what you need to do.
Yeah. Okay. That's it.
Or S, A, B, and D. S, A, B, and F.
Okay.
I don't know. Do what you need to do. I just wish we had more options for the poll to put in more than 4. Yeah. A lot of people heard this is the best of TNG, and it's not. It's amazing science fiction again, but it doesn't need the Star Trek skin. It's a really boring episode of Star Trek, honestly.
So doing plaster on because I'm bleeding.
Yeah. You get a few more. You get a few minutes with the Enterprise where they're trying to figure out what's going on after this probe flashes them. Sounds dirty. But I don't care about the stuff on the planet. It's boring. I don't care about his family. Don't know them. He holds on to the idea that the Enterprise is coming for the first little bit, and then gives into the fact that he's living this life. it's fine. It's a good piece of. It's just like sitting on the edge of forever. Fantastic piece of science fiction. Very well done. Awesome premise, but doesn't need the Star Trek skin. The Star Trek skin is just a vehicle to get this thing out there. And I like I've said earlier in this live as well, Masks is a better version of this same thing. Masks, the Enterprise gets infected essentially, and you'll learn about their culture because the Enterprise starts to transform, and Data gets to take on different gods of the other civilization, which is the same thing because the probe's teaching them about the civilization that disappeared long ago, but in a much more interesting way. This is just kind of it affects one man. It's it's not incredibly awesome. So, and that was just me talking about the commander. He's not incredibly awesome. Uh,
Stuart, your mic was live. Everyone heard you. I didn't, but there you go.
oh, okay.
You know what's funny about this is that you can absolutely see all the makeup on his face now. Like you can
Yeah,
see the ball. Like this is not. I mean, he's wearing rubber on his face, right? Because he hasn't. He's not that old. It's
yeah.
doesn't hold up quite as well in 4K or in HD. Yeah, as I said before, I haven't seen this one in 20 years. You know, I'm sure it's very well written, so that gets it already reasonably good in that regard. Because a lot of these aren't that well written. And I really want. I obviously want to rewatch with you to see what the context is. Because in my memory of the episode, as limited as it is that he thinks he's the guy in the story, and that's part of the fun is that he's living the other guy, but he's seeing, remembering, doing. So he has none of the
No,
Picard skills. He's just the
exact
guy.
opposite. Exact opposite. He's Picard, thinking the Enterprise is coming. He keeps looking to the stars to figure out where he is
Mm.
for the first little bit, and then he just has to accept the fact that
Mm-hmm.
everyone on this planet sees him as this person, and he, with years and years goes by, and he just kind of is like, okay, this is what I'm doing
So he
now.
doesn't say he's Picard then. He's faking he's some guy. Well,
He
as in he's
does, he does insist he's Picard for the first little while, but they think he's sick. He's gone
yeah.
demented. He's going to go to the insane asylum, and he's just like, after years of nobody coming, he was just like,
I'll pretend
whatever.
to be this guy, and then at some point he's that guy
Yeah.
because that was his more interesting thing if he knows he's Picard because then he has Star Trek, you know, talents. You know, he can
And
try and
he does help with certain projects, and I think he
yeah.
uses his knowledge from the future to whatever.
Yeah, well, knowledge. Where, although, you know, if you take a nuclear scientist as to the Iron Age, he can't make iron. Like, he can't make steel. He can't. These not are non-transferable skills. Even if you know some stuff, you can't be building solar panels out of medieval mud and brick. Doesn't matter how smart you are, right? So, I know how to fly a starship. Yes, Granddad. We're gonna take you on the bumpy street, you know, in the cart. I can fix that with a warp coil. No, Granddad, you can't. Take him to the home.
Yeah, there's actually some of that in the episode. He's
They
talking
would
to his
have to.
granddaughter. Yeah.
I think I just remember like the end where he's already old. He has his kids, and it's like, you, look up the stars and see, and there's a world out there. I'm exploring.
Yeah. The Enterprise kind of comes like a either a distant memory or a dream in his mind eventually as the older he gets.
Well, at a
So
certain point, he could be convinced his life was a delusion. Because also, if he doesn't have his uniform, his tricorder, like if he hasn't got any proof of it, at a certain point, you could be convinced it was all fake. Because where's the proof,
mhm.
Granddad? You ain't got the whatever of the whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. How's the votes going? Do we have some more
Mhm.
votes?
Well, with 30, well, almost 30 votes, 29 votes, A wins with 38%.
Okay.
S is second with 34%, and then a two-way tie for B and F at 14%. At least it didn't get an S. I'm happy about that.
And now you know why Stuart made his 4 alt account so he could make F sometimes get some numbers.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Any in the PayPal, Stuart?
I don't know. I will have to go take a look.
Yes,
Give me a
we are
moment.
here to work with you guys. So let us know. Let us know.
There is not.
Imgid.
Ermagerd.
We're here for
His
you.
real son was in the episode. This is true, Ozzy.
Which is great. Which is great. I guess I can throw in another one, but we want you guys to submit. This is about the best of the best. Where's the thing? There it is. At least we've got the board mixed now, right? At least there's now a spread, which I appreciate.
24 of
Ooh.
you here, 23
Ooh.
likes. Hit that like button, guys. Let's try to get up to 25. Only 2 more likes. Let's do it.
This was interesting when we did it last time, so I want to see how it's going to compare now.
Encounter at Farpoint.
Oh, what are the metrics we're going to give? Because it's definitely not S in this ranking. Definitely not A in this ranking. I don't know if it's B in this ranking. I would say C, D, and F would be the metrics because most toys is definitely better. But it's definitely all much better. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, like I said before we talked about this, at the time, this was cool to see this new ship, these new people, the new uniforms, everything was fantastic. But now that we've got all of this TNG to stack it up against, and it gets much better later, it's kind of like, it's a weird anomaly in my brain because I remember being excited to see its new Star Trek, then watching it and like, oh yeah, this is really good. This has the feel of Star Trek, and you know, and then like I said, now after all of the seasons, all the episodes, all the much better Trek, it's it's weird. It's but we got giant space jellyfish that can transform into like cities or just change their composition. Q, an all-powerful being, omnipotent being, which this is the start of this is the why the season or the series happens, I guess, because he's testing occasionally, it's showing up. Interesting things. But looking back, yeah, I don't know. I would personally, in the best of the best rankings, list this at a D because it's got some good aspects to it. You get to see saucer separation. You get to see Picard's little ready room on the battle bridge or the Cobra head.
The Route of Money set.
His closet. Um, there's some interesting things here that you thought might when you first watched the first time, you're like, how are they going to use like saucer separation every episode? Like that's kind of a cool thing, or is it this big exciting thing? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it's I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird one for me, but I don't think it deserves an F in any category, really. Hmm.
See, I think for me, it does deserve an F because it's the best of the best. And it's not one of the best of TNG. Like, I wouldn't even
But
put it...
without this, there would be no TNG.
Doesn't matter. That makes no difference. You can always not watch it and not affect anything. Right? Like, they don't pay off the Mzati stuff until bloody Nemesis. So that doesn't... You can watch that by itself. They're hooked up in between. Joy's not where he's meant to be. You know, I'm not saying literally skip it, but like you could go straight to Naked Time and you wouldn't need to watch Q. Yes, Q is the one exception, but also he kind of introduced himself in the next time we see him, just without the trial, just with himself, right? Now for me, it's easily the F in this chart because it's not that fun to watch. It's not that well made. There is points of genius, but there's a lot of in between it. I mean, anything with Toblazorn you could skip, and that's a good 40% of the two-parter.
Yeah.
Because it's not very good. The Q stuff is gold standard, but of course it is. But I'm not going to give the whole thing best of the best because 11 minutes are great, right? How long is that part? It's not the whole episode. It's not even a chunk of it, really. So yeah, for me, I would put the F here easily. I think Booby Trap, Most Toys and Relics are all much better stories, but written better episodes, actings, but all of them are heads or above for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I have no Because of the first, it's therefore legendary. It is, but not the best of the best. Now, would I give it the whatever's lower than F in the best of the best? Yes, because it's still iconic and has some special bits, but it's not in this ranking close to anything else for me. Although you could edit it down to one better episode, but that'd be killing all the Farpoint stuff. Guess what? It's called Encounter at Farpoint.
And Ozzy makes a good point. I mean, it did have a legacy character. McCoy showed up, so.
You say that, but they pussy down called him the Admiral. He's not even McCoy, technically. He's the Admiral. Like, what? Let's use the TOS to improve the show, but also not give the credit. They should have said, "Oh, Admiral McCoy's on his way." Oh, Admiral, it's good to see you. Your time Enterprise is great. Like, at least use the damn character. Like, as in, acknowledge it and live with it, right?
Well, with 27 votes, Jesus Christ, C wins with 74%.
It's the highest of the lowest. Okay.
Yeah, and F 15% second place.
Okay. And if you want to see us re-roll, we'll do it for $1 because I want to see if we can give it a C or a B. But again, this is for me not even touching the B, C, or B, AS. Interesting.
Let's check the PayPal real quick. Nada.
Oh, but we like the direction, guys. I mean, hey, if not many are included, that's up to you guys. So, you know, we only put them in as a rushed pace of you guys. Go for it.
Yeah, we want to hear from you guys. So, all right.
Yeah, do you want to throw one in?
Yeah, I think so. Let's see.
Hell of a pantheon to choose.
Mm-hmm.
Do you go good, bad, or mid? And do you know what the audience is going to say? No, you don't. You do not know.
No, I have a pretty good idea if I use this one.
Okay.
Measure of a Man. Some people say this is one of the best episodes of Star Trek, and it's a superior episode for sure. Very expertly written, good speeches, good moral dilemma, done very well, acted great. Pacing wise is fine, which is surprising because a lot of these court ones can be kind of boring. But also some of the court ones in most seasons or series of Trek are some of the best well-written episodes as well. So, yeah. This sets up Maddox. I'm going to get Data's Day, a letter to him for that. And of course, Picard, he shows up and he's super important in Picard.
He makes chocolate cookies from scratch, kind of.
Yeah, and then gets murdered by his fucking girlfriend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she's a sneaky vision about the death of the universe via synthetics.
And basically, Picard just undoes everything that this episode sets up. So,
yep, literally makes. Isn't it great? I don't even use it in the other Picard seasons. Oh, we're just going to invent a labor class android synth, and Data's not even going to mention it when he comes back. It's like, Captain, should we not slave labor other synthetic androids that we are literally slave laboring? No, Data, don't worry about that. Then I was alive as you. No, but they're based on my positron matrix.
Are they though, Data?
I don't know. I wasn't there for that meeting. But sir, on Study Diddler, you were there. No.
Yeah. So this is a great episode, especially in the first season. This is the first season, I believe.
Second.
Second season? Mm-hmm. Okay. But for an early episode, it's very, very excellent. Yeah.
But in a similar-ish vein to Measure of the Last Inner Light, it could also not be a Star Trek episode. It's not definitionally bam Star Trek, but it's the fact that we love Data in the innocent way that we do that it obviously pays off. It could be for Bender from Futurama, but it wouldn't play the same. But it could be for him, but it wouldn't play quite the same. So it benefits from the universe heavily, but it's not necessarily definitionally.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's crafted very, very well. No, it's great. The thing is, you forget the first 5 minutes with a huge continuity visual dumbness that is unforgivable. That they could at least fix in the director's cut. Oh, no, well, the Blu-rays. I mean, just shrink the damn station.
Oh yeah.
Just make it small like it should be. You dumbasses. And the set's fine, but this really is genuinely a cheap bottle show they use to save money, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a really easy redress. It's not any special effects. It's a cheap episode, but just done very well. You know, we only have 1,000 sped bucks, and we got some time to shoot though. We can do it. Yeah, no, it's great. It's sort of one note, but it's any ethics episode. It's one note. The note is that is he alive? That's the note.
Yeah, but I love that Riker has to prove that he's not.
You're right. That's a second note, and it was great because this thing, professionally, he's been asked to do something he doesn't want to do. Professionally, he does it very well. Professionally, is his job to do it.
Yeah,
he does it. Right, he does it.
All right.
Like any good lawyer would do. Lawyers fight for the guilty. That's what they're paid to do.
With 24 votes, B wins with 38%. Interesting result.
With S being close.
It's very close, yes.
Well, and wow, yeah.
S is second, and so is A. Well, they're tied now.
Wow, okay. Okay. So the hype train was slightly more in the station on that one. And this is why you guys have to vote. That's why you have to vote. Make those metrics count.
Well, Chuck Jones throws in $2. Unification, B or C?
I mean, we can throw unification just for the lols. Well, not quite enough, but we want to talk about these.
We didn't have unification. Nobody brought it up.
Then no, unification will not get in there because no one put in for it. But we can put in a close enough, and that's not our fault, sir. They got to vote. This is a round tournament, but one thing that's close is Sarek because it's a Vulcan story. It's somewhat close, and again, don't blame us. No one put in for it, and that's yeah.
Yeah,
close as we can get. We'll put a vote during. Okay, Sarek in the best of the best. How do I vote via PayPal? You can slightly cheat, but submit via PayPal. 5 is 2 for 1 or more. But if I think 5 for bump up, so it's half via PayPal. So if you're like 5 for a
250 to move it up or down a tier.
Yes. So you can put in 250 for a placement for an episode, and 250 for one bump up or down, or like 20 and say, here's this, it will be here. So okay, democracy. Helps that tremendously. So we encourage it. Yeah.
Sarek, not one of my favorite episodes. Interesting to see that he got remarried to.
Where do we give people options for?
I have no idea. I was going to talk while you figured that
Oh,
out.
fair. Okay, you talk.
Yeah, interesting to see he married another human.
He has a type.
Yeah, he's there for specific negotiations. He's got a little bit of an emotional issue. Picard helps him out with a mind meld and some great acting from Patrick Stewart. Kind of holding the instability that is Sarek's disease. And it's great to see Sarek back. Let's be honest. As you said, this was about the time they're filming Star Trek 4, so it's Star Trek 4 Sarek, right? Yeah, it's not one of my favorite episodes. Again, it's just cool seeing a legacy character come back, but I mean, there's a lot of talking in this episode. Just not a lot of space stuff.
Is there any?
Probably not.
No. It's Yes. Yeah, it's as I said in the other live, it would have been great had it been his second appearance. Because then you got to see him being healthy and fine. Classic Vulcan. Because he's a very good Vulcan. He just gets it. And then see him reduced a bit. He does get some hero moments. But boy, if he'd been in season 1 as like another carryover character, and then this is season 3, 4, that would have been so good if he'd been in season 1 as well. It's like a
Mhm.
yeah, or if they'd have planned, set up Spock being disappeared for a few years would have been great. But it drags a bit here and there.
Yeah, I
Like
remember it being a little slow.
you could tighten it up a bit.
Yeah.
Like I said, if it was me, I would tighten the scenes up, have a cold open with him talking to a Rathacon era character, because again they have all the sets of costumes right from one of the movies. Set one of those up, have a scene in one of the sets, him talking, black hair, being classic, diplomacy. Rathacon character comes in, or two or three, with like maybe a few uniforms, like the different variants, and he's working full steam. And then it says 100 years later, and then he's doing the mission with the descendants of that planet. He's back, right?
Mhm.
But now he's ill. But you've seen him in his peak. That for me would have made it. That would have elevated it instantly, or even for the episode flashbacks to it, right? Like there's kind of like with Jameson in season 1, but with you. Well, yeah, had this bit of show that right. That would have been for me elevating it. Past and present.
And Tim Rose says, "Good question, Cowboy Kenny. I see no link. There is no link. You just go to your PayPal and it's trekyards at
Mm.
hotmail.com. It's on the top of the L cars right
Yes.
over there."
Yep. We look forward to seeing the help.
So yeah.
Yeah, 2 for 1 or to bump.
Well, 22 votes. B wins with 86%.
Right.
C 9%.
As we said, $1 can reroll, but I do not think it's an A in the Pantheon of all Trek. I think B is high, but yeah. What else is in B is confusing to me, so
Yep.
fair enough. But that, I mean, that's a striking goal there. That wasn't a phrase, but that's okay. So that was almost Chuck. That was as close as we can get. So let me throw in that one we love and see what happens. The Imperfect Future.
Future Imperfect.
Starring Will Wheaton.
General alternate history. I love this kind of stuff.
But how does it rank in this sort of lineup at the best of the best? We love it, but how does it in this one?
For me, might have to be a B for me if in the best of the best. But there's so many cool things here. More Tomalak, but not Tomalak. I get to see a Romulan holodeck, but not.
Yeah, but not. Because in theory,
You
he
get to
easily
see,
know what that looks like. He's guessing. So he can't
yeah,
pretend it's like a canon thing. He's just making shit up. Which is
yeah.
fun, but like, I don't know.
New comm badges, Data and Reds, some good interactions with Riker and the others. I like the premise of the having him get a disease, big chunk of memories gone. Yeah, lots of great stuff in this one, and then the twist at the end. And Cowboy Kenny, 2 pounds, the defector. Well, it's 5 pounds or $5 per, but yeah, if you want to put in 2 pounds, you can do PayPal, and then it's the right amount.
PayPal 2 for 1.
Yeah.
Submit on there. That's why we say it, because it helps us more. We get a bigger percentage, or we lose less of a percentage, and you get 2 for 1. So 5 equals 2, 2 for 1, 5 equals 1, etc.
Yeah. And this is also the first episode where you see a Ferengi in Starfleet uniform, Ferengi on the bridge. So,
which is a nice random detail that is money spent to get a guy in makeup to not say anything, or does it say one thing?
No, I don't think he says anything.
No. Yeah, this one is again a really successful what if, but where the what if is let's screw with Riker, but they play it so straight that it embraces its fun, and it's kind of parallels in a way, but more focused because they're not jumping. Plus, really like the really like the Picard and Bear and the Riker and the Troy future looks. Given Picard the goatee, sorry, Picard future look, that was really good. Yeah, it's a really fun episode, and it's very similar in a way to the Riker in the torture play episode. Because if you watch it knowing it, you watch all of Riker's performance. He is the key, and he's living it, right? And then the kid comes in and he lives it. Like, all we watch is the alternate stuff, and it's very different. Like, it has very different tones depending on how you watch it. But the way, just the him figuring it out is a beautiful scene. You know, shut the hell up, and Deity can't process it, and it's. But the fact that kid has to think all this, it's very well written because it does genuinely convince you. I think it's a very smart plan. Because let's be honest, as Enterprise did with the same episode style, they could have done a back in time thing. They could have fixed it by breaking the timeline and fixing it. So you could maybe have a future and then go back, right? Happened before, will happen again. So I think for cleverness, it's really high up there. For commitment to the bit, it's very high up there. The acting's very good. It hits our boxes. Do you prefer it or Most Toys or It'll Booby Trap? I know this is on our list, but where would you... Those are our C's.
I'd rather watch... So Future Imperfect, then Booby Trap, then Most Toys. For me, that's the order I'd watch them in.
Okay. Relics?
Probably this, then Relics,
Yeah.
then Booby Trap.
Yeah. Yeah, in my best, the best, I'd probably go really high B, just for enjoyment factor. And it gives Riker a really good episode, because he has, like, this is another coming to terms with everything. You know, it's his inner light, but less inner, less light, you know?
Well, with 18 votes, A wins with 78%.
Oh.
Second place is C.
And here I was thinking people were gonna, oh damn, Stuart, we got one. We got one. And ironically, yeah, it's two almost in light styles.
And George J throws in $5. Put Measure of a Man in S and Relics in D. Well, $5 moves you one tier, so I can put Measure of a Man up to A.
Why'd you put Relics in D? Seems a bit mean.
Yeah.
But what we can do is we can put George's to help Cowboy, but Defectors. I want to talk about more, so
sure,
because that's a high one. At least maybe. Now, where do we do A, B, C, and is it as good as All Good Things and Disenterprise in our opinion, or is it not quite hit that? Because that's topping the chart. Or do we go A, B, C?
A, B, C.
Okay.
Yeah, Defector. Again, one of those tales as old as time, told over the centuries, and done very well in the Star Trek context as well. Get a new Romulan shuttle design. We get a really great actor, very calm, very measured. And I love his voice, like the way he delivers his lines, his voice. I could listen to him like for hours. He's just got a great voice. It's a heartbreaking story. Never see his family again, never see his home again. And the fact that the Romulans were basically feeding him false information to see if he would do this, it's very tragic. The whole and the ending as well, like him taking his own life. But yeah, he's trying to do the right thing for his family and for his world, instead of creating more conflict, and it just kind of bites him in the ass. It's a fantastic episode. But yeah, great episode.
Yeah, it's one of those things where had it been any other alien race, it would have been much lower. It's because the huge world building for Romulans, right? Like, I love episodes that bring you the universe in a meaningful way. That's why I incorporate so many existent races into my show, Trek Shorts, because it adds. You get all that benefit backstory and add more. So he's a great textual character, right? The acting's great. It's different. The choice he makes, the suicide's damn sad because he's given a lot of screen time in the episode. He is really committed to. He could have easily been alive and brought back, etc. Yeah, for me, what would make it an S would be more backstory for him. Because if he's 80, right? If he's 70, 80, 90, right? Because Romulans, live a long time, like Klingons, like Vulcans, I would have been more he would have been part of Federation event. Like he was a general 45 years ago, right, with this and this, or he was at Battle of Yes's Enterprise, right? He was, you know, as a cadet, whatever that means, you know, link it in some way. Maybe he releases to Starfleet some basic fact file and it's like, oh, you were at Narendra 3. Like, ooh, hello. Do you remember seeing Tasha Yar? I do, yes. Like connecting the universe in a way that goes beyond just the minute story, you know? That would raise it for me. Oh, it's sort of solemn, but you could do a bit more with it. And of course Picard hurts it because one of the shows is lying. Here's all the shows. And maybe the Romulus clip of him on the holodeck is a bit low-key. Like, he doesn't have the visual punch that it thinks it does, because it's not aged as strongly. But that's when it was made, right? That's not its fault, unfortunately.
All right. So let's see. With 12 votes, A wins with 75%. Second place is B with 25%. So I don't think people would have voted S necessarily. But yeah.
I would say I enjoy it in very different ways, about as much as Measure Man and Future Imperfect, for very different ways. I would say. Yeah. Very cool.
Cowboy Kenny 21 throws in 2 pounds. It says cause and effect and night terrors. Well, like we just said, 5 pounds is one episode. So, yes. Or if you want to do £2.50 on PayPal, that'll get you one episode as well, because it's 2 for 1 over there. So you put in £5 over there, you get 2 episode picks. So that doesn't even cover one.
I mean, it fills out the defector, because 2 times £2 is $5.
Well, yes, absolutely. But we just talked about
you've got to support the channel. That's how we do the lights on, etc.
Yeah.
But we do want to roll one of those.
Working this out. I'll know for next time. Yes.
So, yeah, Cowboy, here's a deal, right? I'm gonna give you a deal right now. You do 5 for the PayPal, £5 in the PayPal. We'll give you 3.
Well, cause and effect, night terrors, and something else. But night terrors was never mentioned in our previous ones, so you'll have to pick something else.
That's true. Yeah, we'll do the 2, cause effect, and 2 more for 5 in the PayPal.
Robert Buckley, $3 to top this.
Okay. Or we'll do.
So that's cause and effect.
But I'm still 3ing you for the PayPal. So put in 5 on PayPal, because we want to support the channel. 5 on PayPal. We'll give you 3 more, because we want to talk about these. We want to get them in the list, right? So there you go. That's 3 for 1. That's Rob Buckley.
Cause and effect.
That's got to be S, A, B, and.
Yeah, I would say so. What's not to love? We get a movie era ship. We get movie era uniforms, Monster Maroons galore on the bridge, and a special guest star in Kelsey Grammer. That's great. Or guest appearance, I guess.
Cameo.
Yeah,
slightly more cameo. He's in less than a scene.
Yeah. Oh, he should have been in more. That's the one thing we're going to say about this. The end of it needed a scene of him in Picard's ready room having a little chat,
or a flashback with him finding the anomaly at his end.
Yeah.
Either one, or both, or both.
Yeah. Yeah. And it doesn't get repetitive. Each time they go through the loop, it gets a little bit quicker. There's less scenes, like shorter scenes, I guess. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It's kind of just perfect with the little clues that they drop and seeing the same thing over and over again and the deja vu-ness of it. I love that. So it doesn't overstay its welcome.
It is close though.
Yes, you get to see the Enterprise explode a few times in different ways. Some not so dramatically great, like a lot of sparks. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. And, Red Letter Media, they got to benefit from that. So, but anyway, yeah, I think it's a really Star Trek episode of Star Trek, if I do say so myself, which I just did.
Which you just did. Okay. Yeah, I mean this one also this is why I do totally agree with like Sean Ferrick, who hates the documentary episode of Stranger Worlds, because the fact that it's so well crafted is also an achievement. So this being a time loop in a bottle show with no money being spent, it's a cheap episode. The fact it's still so engaging, so interesting, so non-repetitive, even though it's definitionally repetitive, that's why it stands out. It's like Groundhog Day. It's not boring. It's the same scenes, but it's not boring. It can be, it should be, it would be with other things. And Frakes directed it.
I don't know about
I
that.
feel like
Maybe. Wouldn't be surprised.
because I feel like in my brain he directed it, and that's why it's directed on the Frakes. Yeah, like that's I think it's the second episode. Like, it's just so impressive. It shows he's a great director. 'Cause it's so hard to do this. But it is anticlimactic at the end. But it also is kind of not meant to be meant to be. We're like, oh wow, we both missed these days together. It turns out my days is like 20 days and yours is 4,000 days. But I mean, you don't need all the answers. But the idea that I don't know what they saw, right? Because if they went into an anomaly, they didn't time loop with the Enterprise for 3,000 days.
No.
So,
No.
right? I like the answers to these little questions. So, because is there two anomalies? Is there a time anomaly that gets to the present and then the time loop because it explodes? That I'm fine with. I don't know. But yeah, it needed either a pre-scene, which been so, I mean, imagine starting cause and effect with Bateson walking on the bridge. Hello, number one, or whatever. You know, is my coffee ready? Oh, it's not tea. Sir, there's an anomaly. Sits down. Sensors full, like fully cold open TMP, which we never did. Wrath of Khan. That would have been so good, and that hard cuts to 100 years later. Boom. Now that would have been so good. And then you could have said
100 years later, though.
no. Where was it? 5 minutes later? What? What? But imagine he could have said Frakes directed a Wrath of Khan episode, kind of. That'd been cool. How'd he have done it, right? So that's the only thing that would raise it for me. Or make it one of those ones like Measure of Man, where there's like an extended version somehow. Like, have more scenes that were cut for time. Find them 30 years later and do some stuff. Because I feel like Kelsey Grammer might be disappointed to not have seen on the Enterprise. Because he filmed this like on a Thursday between shooting other shows, right? With none of the cast. He didn't get to work with anybody. Right?
Maybe he doesn't like them. So.
I want to be on the show, but I hate them all.
Yeah.
Yes, Kelsey. Yes, sir. We'll do that for you.
I want to be bigger than the captain. I want to be on the view screen only, and I don't want to interact with any of them.
I want my cousin Jenny to be my yeoman. Put her on frame. Or my wife. My wife must be here too. 2 grammars. Who is she? Why is she there? It's good, but
she's a yeoman, I think.
Yeah.
26 votes. C wins with 50%. Two-way tie for second with S and A, 23%
Wow. Wow. That's surprising. Really? I mean, that's, well, wow.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. Damn.
Yeah, see, I think the things in B, they're not sitting right for me.
Everything
in C should be in B.
At least.
And then things in B should be in C.
It's weird.
It is weird.
It's interesting. It's weird. We've got 30 minutes left. We'd love a quick fire, guys. So a few fives in the PayPal to help us quick fire. If you'd be super good. There's so many we're missing. I mean, like, obviously, definition missing most of them. But a couple of fives would be tremendous. There might be a couple of fives we've just seen, Stuart, which I haven't opened yet, so you can tell me. Let's get some in there.
Oh, yeah. We got $5. Bump up, reroll inner light, because I feel like sorry, Stuart, I'll make it up to you, I promise. This must be classic for real. So bump up inner light. Like, we don't need to re-roll for it, so we just bump it up with the $5 up to S tier, and that's fine. I mean, people be wrong, so you don't have to apologize.
But they can definitely get money. Well, earns him another one as well. Because I like to talk about stuff. What else has he said?
We just put another $5 one. He says Fraser's fat head is blocking the view, so I can't see if Tapestry is already up there. If it isn't, throw it up. If it is, bump up, reroll to S tier. Tapestry is not up there.
No. Excellent. Good. Get that in the lineup.
So there is a Tapestry. The Tapestry of a Man's Life. Basically, it's A Christmas Carol.
I'm going to include S though because it's so clever. I think that should be an
Yeah,
option.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Um, so it's A Christmas Carol. It's also A Wonderful Life. How things would be different if your life was different or didn't exist necessarily. Yeah, and having Q acting as God in this big white void, great. Seeing Picard and his Monster Maroons being a young, well, trying to act like a young cadet is kind of
You can't quite do it
good.
for obvious reasons.
Yeah, but the Monster Maroons in this is good. The other actors they got to be his friends. The one guy's kind of an asshole, but
Young, right?
it's good casting. Good casting. Let's put it that way. Um, Great moment of him waking up in bed with Q. I love that. Yeah, this is good. And seeing him in the blue, seeing him be the same man but not taking the risks, and just I can totally relate to this episode because it feels like my life. I could have done something better with my life when I was younger if I'd taken more chances. So it's kind of sad, but it's a fantastic episode of Star Trek. Yeah, good stuff.
Well, it's also super unique to Trek because he's a neutral god being with amazing hair who can do world bending physics. We don't need to know if it's real or not. That's not the point. And yet still have stakes because you could sort of, they won't do it, but you could buy, and it would have been interesting that Q leaves him in blue reality for one episode more.
Mm.
Like if Picard's like, it's not that bad. I don't know why he would, but like you could, or let me out, Q. Silence. Credits. Next episode, he's in a bloody botany lab doing bloody research. It's like, Q, I've been in this universe for 4 days. I don't have access to the good replicator ration packs. Q! Ensign, can you... I'm not... Yeah, it writes itself, right? It'd be a very funny part too. Like the absolute... oh god, a lower deck episode where he's a lower decker. But it's not his Enterprise, right? Who is captain in this episode? In the blue one. Who was it? It wasn't Riker, surely. Because Riker meets with Troy.
No, I don't think we actually know who the captain is.
Yeah.
Didn't
Yeah.
tell us. Riker's still number one because he's doing his performance
Yeah.
evaluation and stuff.
Hmm. Yeah. But also, it's a really great crossover episode. But kind of like you say, I like the it's so tangible. It's that one generation awayness, right? Like in our current lifetime, one generation we had no internet. One generation more we had no,
Yeah.
well, internet. I mean, you had no telephones, right? Like people remember things, and so seeing Picard remembers the full Rathacon era as the standard, where he was looking up to people who all that was, it's a really great being able to see that one step before, and then you imagine, in my day we had one uniform for all of our lives. In your day we've had 7 in 12 years. The fuck's going on, right?
Yeah, pretty
Back in
much.
my day, my father had the uniform. His grandfather, he handed them down, and now I have 7 in the drawer. Do you think there's like an officer in like a Prod era who's got in his drawer in the ships all the uniforms stacked just in case? Because would you get rid of them? They're like memorabilia.
I don't think so, Sam.
It's a very me question, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
No, this is great.
Also, Sylvia and I rewatching um, Home Improvement. So there's a lot of. I don't think so, Tim.
Okay. It's a very American show that.
Yeah, it's great.
No, yeah, this is an apex of its kind. And it does have sparks. So I would be on the AS line because it's so well
Yeah.
done and there's so much crossover of worlds. Wow.
See, I'd give it a solid S for sure because it's one of those. Just it's a great science fiction concept done
Mm-hmm.
like I said in Christmas Carol and whatever, but it also so applies to Star Trek. The Star Trekness of it in this context is super important.
Yeah.
So it absolutely works, unlike Interlight and City on the Edge of Forever, which you don't need the Star Trek in it to be anything poignant, right? So
I think it wouldn't take that much to lower it to an A. But I think it is S worthy. It's just so clever and the
yeah,
acting is superb. And you still feel stakes, even though it's all bullshit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, with 22 votes, S wins with 59%.
Yep.
Second place is A with 23%.
Okay. Cool. I dig it, and because he put in for the reroll, I want to do. Oh, for the I want to do another one for
Hold
him.
on.
Oh.
Let's do the Robert Buckley reroll
Oh.
first.
Okay.
Because he puts in 250 reroll relics. So let's reroll relics
Oh.
with S, A, and B. Because the reroll, he
Yes.
wants
Yeah.
it to move up. Because it deserves to be higher than where it is. And then we'll get to classics, other stuff. Because, yeah.
I mean, it was the first. There was no contrast, right? Now there's all this to play with. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Robert Buckley, we will reroll for that. So go vote on the poll. Where do you think relic should stand? And yeah, it's got to be higher than C.
Yes. Let me see if I can find another good one, because we're last 5 minutes. We could easily have some quick fire ones, guys. So do put in and PayPal if you can for 241. That's great. We love a 2 for 1. Imagine if we had like 2 for 1 steaks at like a really expensive steak joint. Great. Good time. Yeah, I'm gonna put another one of our favorites to see what people think. It's on the right.
Let's see how the voting is going for relics. If we have 10 votes.
Okay. Keep voting.
11 votes. Go vote, guys. I should give it a couple more seconds at least. If you feel strongly about it.
And if you don't, it might not go where you want. Right? So do vote so we know. What's or forever hold your peace. This is the peace you can forever hold. Am I right or am I right?
You're never right.
Excellent. Yeah, and we defended this. We both think it's great. I get if you are not a Trek TOS fan or a movies fan, you're not gonna like it. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
But it so means well, and it ends on a high. He gets himself out of his rut. It's so sweet.
Well, 17 votes. B wins with 53%. But then Robert Buckley throws in $10 and says relics to S. So $5 a tier. It is now up to S. Thank you so much.
Democracy at work.
If you really disagree, you can pay to move it down. $5 a tier.
Or PayPal, you can undercut. Well, thank you, and we'll give you some additionals for that because, of course, we want to keep talking about episodes. Thank you. You are, of course, MVP today, and we love you.
Amazing.
We appreciate you.
Yes.
Right, so throw in the one from the right, Stuart, that I put in for classic because we do want to make sure we keep talking about them.
So
that one.
Max Headroom episode. Keep forgetting the name of this episode. Anywho's. Yeah, this feels like a crossover. Like it could be a crossover with another TV show that's time travel related, or somebody stole a DeLorean. You can see the DeLorean come zipping in, land in the shuttle bay.
What's this one called?
I don't know.
Matter of Time. There you go.
Matter of Time. There we go. Yes. Is he here from the future to monitor the events? Because they're doing some kind of thing with the planets and an asteroid, and I don't remember. They're doing something, and they don't know the correct answer, and they need to get it sorted. He's here, finds out that he is in fact somebody from the past that stole a time machine from the future, and is now collecting things like tricorders, phasers, to go back in time and then invent them. Good thinking. It's a good Star Trek episode. It really is.
Yeah, it's the reverse perspective and then the twist, because it would have worked had him been an actual time traveler. Would have worked. Would have been a great episode, kind of like the Becoming Holiday. Would have been great. The double twist is also great because it shows how smart he is. He genuinely outsmarts the entire crew. almost the entire episode. And had he not got ballsy with it, like, had he not stolen stuff with no proof, like, he had just been there, would have gone with it. 100% trickster, very much like the Captain's Holiday. So he's very, very smart. He just plays it just the right tone. And there's the beautiful emotive little scenes where he's being pleaded with by Picard. Tell me the answer. And he's acting so superb. It's like he feels guilty, but it also works as being, because he doesn't know, as guilty as in he can't tell because he knows. It identically works on both levels as an actor, as he's acting, right? But it's so you can buy it. Yeah, and it would have been great to see him as a real time traveler because the costume works, the look works, the tone works. But should have come back. DS9 was such a lovely. Oh, it's you. You know, fantastic. I did put an S up there in case anyone wants to be generous. It's a very clever episode for what it's trying to do. Very, very clever.
Well, with 10 votes, S wins with 50%. Two-way tie for second with A and B at 20% each. Oh, B now edged that with 27%.
Oh shit. Okay. I mean 11 votes, but oh shit. Okay.
Oh, I might get another vote or two here.
Okay.
While we're waiting, you guys can vote on this. We will reach George J, $20.
Thank you.
Bump relics down to F. TOS is great. Member berries are bad. I can't because it's $5 a tier. I can bump it down to D.
Yes, we are gonna do it. 4. Yes, but it's very generous. Now, had you PayPal'd, you could have double left it or whatever. Oh, that's dramatic. And member berries is odd because it's not him being Scotty doesn't affect the story, right? It being Scotty is not the member berry. He could have been any engineer from the past. That wouldn't have been member berries. The fact that he is Scotty gives it the weight of who he is. But it's not because he's Scotty anything happens, right? Normally member berries are, this is good because it's Scotty. This is a good story, happens to be Scotty. It could be anybody else, as in a non-lead character, right? So I assume, George, that Sarek, F as well, that's entirely member berries, same logic. To a certain extent, well, all good things, member berries. It doesn't work without season 1 TNG, so that should also be F. Right, logically, right? I'm just saying, if member berries are bad, then you could argue that anything with previous work is also lower, like cause and effect, because it's got Wrath of Khan ship, lower. That's kind of all I've got. But, you know, if member berries are bad by definition, then everything goes down as everything's brand new. But it's not good because it's Scotty. It's good anyway, and Scotty elevates it with all the depth, right? That's why it's kind of special. It isn't member berries, it's story with, oh my god, it's Scotty, that's amazing, we're adding to it. Plus, it's a really, like, the idea of being lost in time is a very long known story, but to see it with someone we know so much about and feel for gives it all the weight that Batesman doesn't. If he had the exact same story, he'd be like, oh, that's sad. But it's sad because it's someone we know. So I you know.
With 14 votes.
Classic. Crazy boy.
S wins with 36. Oh, I was going to say S wins with 36%. Tied. Two-way tie between S and B for a matter of time. So if you haven't voted, go vote.
Decider. You are deciding. You are deciding. And George, yeah, do respond to the argument if you want. Yeah, we are the conduits for the conversation. We're giving our say. We'll let you guys vote.
And I just want to address something while we're waiting for that tiebreaker. Classic for real put in 250 in PayPal. Says, I think I see Pegasus reroll because it's better than C tier. No, that is Booby Trap in C. That is not, in fact, Pegasus. But we'll bring in Pegasus next.
That's interesting. I don't know where people are going to place that. This board is all over the place. No idea.
George highly disagrees with you.
Really? So you don't like all good things? You don't. And Sarek, you don't like it. And Unification, you don't like it. Just confirm you don't like 3 episodes because they're all dependent on members. All of them. Just confirm.
Hmm.
Is there anything else that would be definition of that? Just confirm. Confirm or deny? Oh, the Sherlock Holmes episode. That's member Sherlock Holmes. That doesn't. Well, because he's a people member Sherlock Holmes. Member? You like Sherlock Holmes?
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with the franchise.
Doesn't
so
matter. It's
no.
like membrane
It
something.
does. It does. No. Member berries has to tie into the same franchise.
Oh, I think it's
I'm
membrane
using it
something.
as a crutch.
The game. Member games? You like games?
It says relic strictly pulls on your member berries for TOS more than the others you're stating, and you know it.
I mean, Sarek. All Good Things is a third of it is remembering season 1. In it, it's literally in season 1. That's a third of the story. So you must at least a third hate it because it's entirely based.
I'd say a member berries that is on the level you're thinking, George, would be Generations. It's kind of not.
It's not a story really without Kirk.
Yeah, but it's more of a member berries as a crutch, I think, than Relics was.
Well, so with First Contact because you remember the Borg. Remember the Borg? They were the good villain. Whereas Insurrection Nemesis are new because they don't do much with Romulans. Star Trek 2, crutch on Khan. You must hate Khan because it's entirely member berries to Khan.
I am going to end this poll, even though it's tied, and give this an S because nobody's going to break.
And we gave you guys a long vote on that.
Yep. All right.
Pegasus. Don't know where you're going to place it.
Yeah, so classic. Let's see, Pegasus. He says it's better than C tier, so that tells you a lot. Sketchy Admiral doing sketchy Admiral stuff. Federation transphasic cloak. I love the visuals of this, of them searching the asteroid field, the Enterprise, and the Derridex, seeing who's going to find it first, seeing it embedded in rock. And then, of course, the Pressman, great actor. And then the struggle that Riker's having as a result of Pressman being on board and the decisions that were made at the time. I think it's a great story. And it involves espionage. It shows the Federation isn't all goody two shoes. They kind of dip their toe into the areas they might not this was before Section 31. So the areas they might not usually go. I think it's great.
Yeah, it's again another unique case because it's what if, tech, aliens, politics, inner politics, a Badmiral who's one of the least bad Badmirals, I would say. He's a lawbreaker. He does nothing ethical in terms of like in the episode. He's just deciding that we should have, protection for our people in a treaty that neuders us in a way that's really unfair, but that's sort of the point because it lets the war stop and blah, blah, blah. He's not shooting anybody. He's not,
Yeah.
Everyone's different. And they've all got to be things. They've all got to be Federation people too. Like, unlike O, which is a bad role because he's bad.
Yeah.
Well, Commodore, I suppose.
So we got. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I like them. I don't love it. Like, in this list, it's great, but I like so many more. Like, All Twin says is the best written. It's like, again, having a flashback to on the Pegasus with a shaved face Riker, that would have sold it for me in season 1 uniform. That would have elevated it. Cold open. I know I keep saying this, but I think era, right? He could have shaved and regrew it. Do it on half season. Yeah, film that at the end of the season somehow, or the start of the season, right at the end of the season. Shave it because that would like Geordie, right? Like Geordie's scene in the other episode where he's an alien. That helps sell it because they can do that. That is what gives it the extra oomph. Have young Riker, shave the beard. All you had to do, Pressman in his captain uniform, boom, would have elevated it. Red alert! Red alert! We gotta go, Captain. What? Like that would have been great. Maybe at the end or middle, but
19 votes. A wins with 79%.
Okay. Yeah, that's a clear click there.
There you go, classic. You got higher than C.
Yeah. We're getting many surprises, so
Yeah.
I'm not surprised by my surprise.
Next up is probably the last one, but Robert Buckley, $5. Unpopular opinion. First episode of season 1. We already talked about it. 105 point. It's already
Yes,
on the board.
yes. You gotta see because I
Did
muted it from higher, but we can do it on the season
did
1
go
episode
see.
because there are several.
Sure.
There are plenty. Well, there's not plenty. There's a few.
Sure.
Let's do the other Q one because Farpoint 2 Qs. That's fair. I mean, and people put this at the highest grade, so Q what's it called? Q what?
Q who?
No, that's Borg.
Um,
No, that's Hyden. Well,
I don't know. Anyway, this is
Hyden Q.
offering
Okay.
Riker Q powers, which I would definitely say yes to, by the way. And we get the pig army, the pig Napoleonic army. It's great. It's a good season 1 episode, but in the pantheon of these, I mean, Delancey and Q bring it up a tad because he's really good in this, and the idea of offering Riker the powers is kind of quite interesting. So I would probably give this myself a D on this list, not an F, because Q. If it wasn't a Q episode, it might be an F. But considering it's Q, and Delancey does a really great job with this one, I would say D personally for me. So
Yeah, I would say I would be on the same boat because it is a very interesting what if that honestly, had they not done it early on, people be asking, well, what would happen if a human had Q powers? It's a weird question to ask, but you'd ask it. And so it answered it really well, and you see both sides of it. You see the pain that having limited power does. It's a serious thing to have the power to life or death, and then re-life and re-death, right? And then to see everyone not embrace it because gotta live the life, gotta do your own thing. It's really interesting, and it's a good Riker episode. Dante is great in it. He genuinely has a spark. So he goes from being, I am the judge and you will be judged, to, hey, do you want some of those powers? Should I give you some of those? It's weird, but also it's interesting. And you can imagine the continuum say, yeah, you know what? They've really impressed us. Let's test them. Let's test them. Yeah. Now, what would be interesting as an additional, and like season 7, give Data the Q powers. Right? And then let him be Brent Spiner for an episode. No makeup, and then at the end of it is actually, you know what? This was the shortcut. That would agree in a great. I don't know if you agree. I think it'd be a great sequel to this.
yeah, would have been interesting for sure.
And have Frakes direct it because he could make fun of because they make fun of each other all the time. Those two, like they're a proper double act. So have Frakes direct it.
Alrighty, guys.
What you guys have put for this because you guys liked it last time, but this is the best.
With 19 votes, this gets a 50 or A. This gets an A with 53%. Second place tied for it's 20% for B and C, tied for second place, and then D is 10%. So
damn, that is very generous for season 1. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, this is the most toys, booby trap, cause and effect relics. They're all above this in my opinion. So
I'm go through one more in just so it's on the board. So people pissed off us. Quick fire. BOBW. It's the other iconic one, right? It needs to be on briefly. So vote right now, as in once I put the thing up.
yeah, this is the last one too, guys. So so this is both parts, I assume.
Yes, because it was in the.
Yeah.
I mean, this context, we'll do it. It doesn't matter. We'll do this one.
Robert Buckley, $2. Sorry, just got back on. Did not see it. No worries, Robert.
We give a different Q1, and people voted highly for it, so you saw a high score.
Yeah. We will be closing out after this one, so this is the last one.
Okay.
Best of both worlds. I think part 1 is definitely better than part 2. Part 2 fizzles out a little bit, especially at the very beginning with the deflector. But overall, a really fantastic idea. I think they should have had a complete story before they started writing, because they literally wrote themselves into a corner. They wrote one episode,
a real sharp corner as well. We either kill our main lead or not.
Yeah. So they should have probably come from a different place of having an actual full story, break it up into 2 parts. But yeah, Shelby, the Battle of Wolf 359. There's some amazing things here that carry on. Like Wolf 359. I mean, that's a turning point in history is for the Federation. Essentially, it's brought up a lot. Picard, of course, feels a lot of guilt about that, so it's a huge deal. Shelby should have returned, I think, in another capacity than just Picard being on the Enterprise F. But it was good to see her come back, and really fantastic character. Love the dilemma, the moral dilemmas going on. Like, should Riker leave, get his own command because they need ships, they need captains. Shelby stepping in, being the go-getter, and kind of, clashing sabers a little bit with Riker. There's some really great writing and good character work in this one. So yeah, I absolutely love.
At least the first part is good
The
character.
first part of yes, the best of both worlds. Yeah.
The second part you get, you will become one with the Borg. I am a child. I am the
Leap.
biggest threat of the galaxy. Yeah, I do agree that they probably should have had Patrick legally sign on for the first episode of season 4 and then write it. So he was committing to die or leave the show but live. Or even film to end it. I mean, I don't know. But like either way, leave the show, as in that was guaranteed you could leave the show after the first episode. But then it's also a milestone of not many shows generally have a kill main character or not will write it in a few months. That's really rare, but it's super new as the second one. Because they had no plan to get him back. None, and you can see. And the cube is really weak in the second part. And they didn't even bother filming Alice Krieg scenes for this episode. They didn't bother putting her makeup. She's there the whole goddamn time, you know? Lazy buggers.
Sam.
Yeah.
Come here for a second.
Yeah.
Look closer to your camera.
Yeah. Ugh.
All right. With 9 votes, S wins with 44%. Second place is A with 33%. And B and C are both tied. Oh, well, now we're tied A and S with 40% each.
I mean, you're an admiral now.
Yeah. So break the tie, somebody, because got to get going here. So.
Right, have you guys enjoyed this? Have you learned something? I've learned something. But at least you guys weren't all SNA, and I appreciate that. Because that was crazy when that happened.
Shit, I hit the button by accident.
Okay.
Currently tied, SNA. I did not mean to do that.
Put it in the middle then, Stuart. Put it in the middle.
Sure.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum. All right. This was fun. Thank you, guys.
Tune in for more things than Academy, so do tune in for that. Because your interest will determine what we do. Do we embrace it? Or do other stuff? It's entirely up to you guys.
Yeah. So until next time, he's Commander Cockings.
He's got a phone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.